All right, bear with me while I set up my little camera here at home. All right, hello guys. I'm going to read to you guys this fun book. It's called The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santat. And Dan Santat won a Caldecott Medal for the wonderful illustrations in this book. As you can see, it's about a little guy who's looking for a friend. Let's go ahead and get started. Through the book, the illustrator, the author uses really nice, bold colors to set a warm tone for the readers. He was born on an island far away where imaginary friends were created. Here they lived and played, each eagerly waiting to be imagined by a real friend. So you can see right here by the friends are a cloud, panda, a fish, and a little dragon. And there's the day that Beekle was created. As he's by a beautiful rainbow. Every night he stood under the stars, hoping for his turn to be picked by a child and given a special name. He waited for many nights. All his friends right there are looking, and Beekle is wondering, is he going to get picked? As you can see, his friend the cat got picked by a child, and he's on his way to be with his child. But his turn never came. All his friends are gone, except for Beekle. He's the only one that's left behind. Let's find out what happens. His mind filled with thoughts of all the amazing things that were keeping his friends from imagining him. So rather than waiting, as you can see, these are the things that Beekle is imagining. His friend is probably reading a book, probably winning a trophy for a sport, baking a cake, or playing music. Those are all the things that are keeping his friend from imagining Beekle. He did the unimaginable. What did he do? He went on a boat. I wonder what adventure he's going to. He sailed through unknown waters and faced many scary things. But thinking about his friend gave him the courage to journey on. As you can see, there's Beekle on a boat, and he's looking at this giant whale underneath his tiny little boat. And that giant whale has a baby whale next to him, so we know that is a mama whale. Until he reached the real world. And there's Beekle's little tiny boat. And there is the real world. The real world was a strange place. No kids were eating cake. No one stopped to hear the music. And everyone needed nap time. Everyone's sleeping on the bus. They must be coming home from a long day of work. But Beekle wouldn't understand what that is. Then he finally saw something familiar. Look at his little face like, so he followed. Oh, I see a tail. That tail reminds me of his friends from when they were all created. He had a good feeling about this place. He looked everywhere as he could not find his friend. All the other friends had a child. He climbed to the top of the tree and looked out, wishing and hoping his friend would come. And there's Beekle at the top of the tree right there. And those are a bunch of little children. Do you think one of them belongs to Beekle? Let's find out. But no one came. All the children are gone. And the only one that's left up there is Beekle. And as you can see, there's wind blowing. So it kind of gives you a feeling that Beekle is lonely. And all you can hear is the wind rustling. He thought about how far he'd come and how long he waited and felt very sad. Then he heard a noise below. Beekle's still up there, very sad that he has not found a friend. But down there is a little girl saying, "Hello! Hello!" Let's find out. Beekle climbed down the tree and the little girl handed Beekle a letter. I wonder what the letter says. Let's find out. Her face was friendly and familiar, and there was something about her that felt just right. Oh, she's wearing her glasses and a hat, so it must be a cold day. And look, she handed Beekle a letter with a picture actually, with the same tree that Beekle was on. At first, they weren't sure what to do. Neither of them had made a friend before. But as you can see, they're kind of looking at each other like, what do we do? We're not sure. After a little while, they realized they were perfect together. And look, right here, they're both giggling. Hee hee. And she says, I'm Alice. And he has a question mark. He kind of gets red and he doesn't know what his name is. But then she says, Beekle. And he says, I'm Beekle. Hi, Beekle. And look, they hug each other. Aww. Beekle and Alice had many new adventures. They shared their snacks. They told funny jokes. And look, Alice is drawing a nice picture of Beekle, and he looks so happy with her Alice. The world began to feel a little less strange. And sure did. Look at those beautiful pictures that Alice drew of all of her adventures with her new friend Beekle. And together, they did the unimaginable. They went exploring. And that is the story of the adventures of Beekle, the unimaginary friend. Thank you so much.